Hello everyone and welcome back to some more K-pop news. In today's video, I have news on how the police have now requested an arrest warrant for HYUK. Also, I have news on how K-pop boy group named the BOYZ have now won their lawsuit for their contract termination against K-pop company named 100, and also a whole lot of news like that as well. So with all that being said, let's get straight right to the video right now. In my last video, I talked about said on how K-pop boy group named the BOYZ have filed a request to terminate their contract with K-pop company named 100 due to a multitude of reasons of how they think that the company have mistreated them. And after both sides had gone to the court, it was announced this week that the court has now granted this K-pop boy group to suspend their contracts with the company. And to explain about what I'm talking about, here's what the court had to say about the decision. The court determined that the trust relationship between the artist and the agency had been irreparably damaged due to issues attributable to the company. These included violations of obligations to pay settlements, earnings, and failure to provide proper financial records. And also, it goes on to say right here, for schedules that were already confirmed prior to the contract termination, the members will fulfill them responsibly in order to honor commitments to fans and minimize harm to third parties. Now look, here's my thoughts about this news right here. First off, I'm happy to hear and see that the BOYZ have now won this lawsuit against their company because, like I said in my last video about talking about this, if for some reason, if the reasons of why the BOYZ did not win, then that would mean that the court system inside of Korea is rigged. And also on top of that, like I said in my last video, I do believe that these reasons about why the BOYZ want to terminate the contract with the company is all valid. That's why I'm happy to hear that the contract has now been terminated with this company, and I'm very excited to find out on what this group is now going to do next inside of K-pop. For the next news that I have for you today, I have a new update for you about the HYUK money fraud lawsuit case that has been going on for almost a year now. And in this update, it was announced that the police have now applied for an arrest warrant for HYUK. Now look, honestly, I don't even think that this is even going to even happen in the first place, because every time that the police have not tried to get an arrest warrant for HYUK, it has always failed. And so behind that, I still do believe that this warrant request that the police have not tried to get once again for HYUK is not going to fall through. But if it does fall through, then man, I'm going to be so happy about that, because I still believe that HYUK needs to go to jail for his crime that he has committed right here. For the next news that I have for you today is that winner member named MINO faces prison time for 1 year and 6 months in prison for violating the mandatory military service duties inside of Korea, because apparently when he was supposed to show up for his duties, he never showed up, and also on top of that, he never even told anybody that he was never going to be showing up. Thus, he never even did any of his duties when he was supposed to do it during his mandatory military service inside of Korea. Now look, I feel like that this is the right sentence for him, because after the news came out, I looked up on the internet about what was the right amount of penalty and what was the maximum penalty for not doing your mandatory military service duties inside of Korea, and apparently it said that the prison sentence time was 1 year and 6 months, the exact same sentence that the prosecutors are now asking for. And so because that, I feel like that this is the right sentence for him for not even doing his service duties inside of Korea when he was supposed to do it during his time. For the next news that I have for you today, I have a daily health update news for you, and this time it was announced that ILLIT member MOKA is now going on a temporary hiatus due to some sort of health concern issues that she is currently suffering from right now. I'm truly sorry to hear that she has not gotten the sick, and I'm hoping that she can recover from whatever type of health issue, and I'm hoping that she does get all the rest that she deserves so that she can come back to the group when she does feel like she is ready, and once she feels like she is 100% ready to come back to the group. Now it's time to get into some good news, starting off with this news right here announcing that IOI has announced the name for their upcoming mini album, and the name for their upcoming album is called IOI Loop. Also, it was announced that this album is going to be coming out next month in May, on May 19th. Now, look, for me as a fan of IOI, and for me who has been waiting for IOI to come back for the past 10 years, ever since they disbanded, I'm so excited to find out that the new album is finally going to be coming out in like less than a month. And to be honest, that I'm so excited to hear their new album when it comes out next month on May 19th. For the final news that I have for you today, it was announced this week that multiple YG producers have now started following NewJeans on Instagram. Now look, here's my thoughts about this news right here. First off, I'm very excited about this because either this means that a new member from YG is joining, like a trainee from YG is joining NewJeans, and thus all the producers have followed this trainee over to NewJeans in order for her to stay inside of this new group called NewJeans. Also, on top of that, maybe the reason why multiple YG producers have started to follow NewJeans is because maybe they are planning a new collab, and maybe if they do collab, maybe the long-awaited comeback from NewJeans is possibly going to be happening sometime very soon. But also on top of that, mark my words, even if this new song collab does come out, I'm not even going to be listening to it because this group called NewJeans has now lost all of the members, or most of them except for the 3 of them. But let me know down in the comment section down below. Are you going to be supporting this new comeback from NewJeans if it does come out or not? But thank you so much as always for watching my K-pop news video, and don't forget to like, comment, and to also subscribe down below for more K-pop news like this one. Anyways, that's it for today, and I will see you next time. Bye!